Oh,
All right. Hey, it's Sam Tello here from Expert Home Lending. We are doing a showcase with Amy Sandoval, aka Miss Redlands, on her house in Beaumont here. Hey, Amy, how's it going?
it's going good, Sam. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, let's jump right into it here. So you have a listing here in Beaumont. Let's bring it on
Mhm.
the screen here for us, and let's start going over it. Here we go. Boom. Tell us a little bit
Yes.
about the listing.
So it's a beautiful property. It's for a big family. It's a four-bedroom, three bath. There is an office or slash den downstairs that can also be used as an extra bedroom if somebody needed five bedrooms. And then there's a loft upstairs.
Wow,
It
that
has
that
a it
backyard.
has a really big backyard as well, and RV parking.
And oh, it has RV parking as well too. Fantastic.
Yes, not a lot of the properties have RV parking. This is already done. The cement is already completed. Mhm.
Wow, this house looks fairly new. Is it newer?
Yes, it is newer, 2019.
Oh wow. So here's a good point, right? So if you're going to buy a new build, we know this because you have to do the backyard, right? So this is
Hmm.
219. The neighbor, they already did the backyard here. So and it looks like they did a fantastic job back there.
Yes, it has a extended patio. It has a dog run already. So if you have pets, you don't want them roaming around the yard. They already have side of the gate already set, or side of the yard already separated for the pets.
Wow. That they did, it sounds like they did a lot of upgrades on this house.
Yeah, they have. They have.
That's cool. That's very wow. That's a great listing here in the city of Beaumont, right? So it's in the city of Beaumont.
Yes.
Looks like a great listing.
It's in the
It was
community of Olivewood. It's in the Olivewood community. And
wow.
this property is nearby the pools, the parks. It's walking distance from all of that.
That's these images here, right? So you have a pool here.
Yes.
That's within the
Volleyball court
community.
on the bottom. It has the barbecue. It also has where you can rent the room and host parties there. What is it called?
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
like a clubhouse.
It has a clubhouse.
Oh,
Yes.
wow, fantastic. Oh, and it has a volleyball court. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude,
It
that's
has It
yeah,
has another pool
that's awesome.
too. There's another pool that's not featured here, and
Oh, wow.
multiple parks. Mm-hmm.
So in this community, there's multiple parks, multiple pools.
Pools. Mm-hmm.
And the HOA, I think I put the HOA in the fee. It's like $150 or something like that. So it's a
Yes, it's
relatively
180. It's
inexpensive
180.
180, a relatively inexpensive HOA for what you're getting in regards to the amenities. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So you did your part. You explained to us about the listing. Let me do my part and go over the numbers, right? And so we'll take a look at it here. So I want to share this tab here. So when you see the numbers, what you're going to see is some interest rates I put in. This website here is just called Mortgage News Daily, and the reason I'm bringing it up is like, well, Sam, how'd you put these interest rates in? Interest rates are specific to the customer, right? So everybody's going to have their own interest rate based off down payment, credit score, um, all this stuff. So we're just using some basic rates on our numbers here. So I plugged in those interest rates I had from that website to this one. And so we did three different scenarios, right? The first one I'm looking at here is just a conventional scenario with the 7% interest rate. The payment here with the HOA is estimated to be about $5,200.
Mm-hmm.
On the FHA side, the rate's a little bit lower. That's estimated to be about 5,100. And the VA side, on the VA, we're doing it with 0% down. FHA is 3.5% down,
Mm-hmm.
and that payment here is about 5,000. The big deal. So if you're a veteran and you're thinking about home loans, we know this, right, Amy? Is the VA loan is we have to go there first and then think
Mm-hmm.
about any other loan. Is that your
It's the
assessment as
best.
well
It's the
too?
best loan out there. Period.
It's
If you're a veteran,
period.
that's the
Yep.
best loan out there. Mm-hmm.
Right? And people go, well, why is it the best loan? Here it goes. VA loans, no down payment, no mortgage insurance. Super, super huge benefit here. So when we calculate closing costs, you'll see here where it says estimated closing costs or cash to close. It's factoring the down payments on each one. It's factoring in closing costs and prepaid escrows. So I just doing 2.5% for closing costs and prepaid escrows to give us a roughly about 15,000 for those two numbers. That number could be a little bit lower than that or slightly higher, but these are just for estimate purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So the payments here is for conventional 5257. For the FHA is about 5,137, and for the VEA is $5,025.
Mhm.
So those are the numbers for the house, and that's where we're sitting with in regards to the payment. The down payments I did on this, just so you know, is I think for the conventional I may have done like 5% down, the FHA 3.5, and the VA is 0. Let's shift topics here from your listing, which is fantastic. Let's You are set. We have the banner here. We totally forgot about to talk about this. You have an open house coming up this Sunday. Tell us a little
Yes,
bit more.
I do. I have an open house on Sunday. It's going to be from 12 to 3 p.m. So come out and see me. You'll be able to see the property yourself. You can walk the community if you like. It's a beautiful property. Come check it out.
Beautiful. Well, that's fantastic. Well, now we know what we're going to do is we're going to post this everywhere. We'll let everybody know. That way, hopefully, we get some more people to the open house and to go check out the wonderful house that your customers have and all the work they've done at that house, especially the backyard. Let's shift topics here. I want to talk to you about. I'm going to add this to the stage. The housing forecast here, right, for
Yeah.
this year, for 2025. The first one here is actually kind of ties into your listing. We know right now rates are 7%, but we do know rates are going to drop well, they're expected to drop or projected to drop to roughly about 6.36% throughout the year.
Mhm.
Let's talk about if you're a buyer. Hey, Amy, that rate is high. Should I wait for the rates to drop? What is your take on that question?
I don't advise that. The reason why is because we've seen it, when rates go down, more buyers come out on the market and there's more competition. We see multiple offers. So if you are comfortable with the payment now and you can get into a house now, I recommend it because then you could refinance down the line and you already got the house at a lower rate, a lower payment or a lower price versus the people that have to wait to qualify that are going to have the lower rate then, yes, but the houses are going to go up in price. That's just what we see typically when rates go down. Competition.
Isn't that true? Like so
Mhm.
even when we look at these payments on these homes, we're going, wow, that's pretty expensive. But we've seen multiple offers on
Yeah.
homes that you'd go, okay, hey, well, my customer likes it, but now rates dropped a little bit, and you start seeing more offers on that house,
Mhm.
kind of push, which causes the price to go up a little bit. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Yeah, we have. The Beaumont area is not as, there's more homes on the market there. But if you're looking San Bernardino, Highland, Redlands, Yucaipa, the houses are, it's lower days on the market.
Oh wow,
Hmm.
that's great news. Like that's what makes you the expert, right? Is because you know that stuff in and out. We can look at national statistics and go, oh hey, this is what's going on nationally, but you have to be boots on the ground in the area to be able to say,
Hmm.
okay, these areas are we can be a little bit more aggressive. If you're acting for as a buyer's agent, we can be a
Yeah.
little bit more aggressive on price,
Hmm.
or or hey, you know what? There's gonna be multiple offers on this thing. We have to submit an offer to get
Yeah.
this property locked up. Is that fair?
Another thing that buyers also need to think of is that right now, because it's more of a neutral market, is that you can request like closing costs to assist you with your closing cost or your down payment or to buy down the rate. Um, so those are things that you can get now. We don't know what the market's going to be like when the rates do go down. Maybe you won't be able to request those things, but right now you can. You can ask the seller, "Hey, Mr. Seller, give me $10,000 in closing costs," and you can choose if you want to buy down your rate to have a lower rate or for less money out of pocket.
Wow, that's a great strategy, right? To be able to say, hey, and that's where again that's where you need the advice from a buyer's agent to be able to say, hey, we can request this. We've done our diligence on this house, and there's an opportunity to be able to get a little bit of help for closing costs in whatever way you want to use it. It's going to benefit you as the buyer, especially now that rates are high and more people are on the sideline. Is
Yeah.
that's right? Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, so there's only a couple more things here. So it says more home. Check this out. More homes will be available for sale in 2025. So it says this is saying 15% more homes are going to be more available, which is great. More inventory, And this is saying, and this also says home prices are forecasted to rise. So here's my question to you. My question to you is this, and they're saying homes are going to are expected to forecast or to rise about 3%. My question is this: how can both of those be true? Meaning that is inventory that tight where even if we got a rise in inventory by 15%, home prices can still rise?
Yeah, there's not that many homes on the market. We've had short inventory for a long time. So we need to add more inventory to the market. And even with that, we're still projecting to have the prices go up. But yes,
Wow.
I do, I have been seeing it weekly. We've been already seeing houses go on the market every week. So I do believe that there'll be more houses on the market. And
So
not only that, there's also been a lot of people waiting for rates to go down for a long time and they're not seeing that. So now people are like, okay, am I going to continue to sit on the sidelines? Houses are still going up. I should just go out there and buy because they're not going down. So people are just like not waiting anymore.
wow. So what you're saying is even with the higher rates, people are getting tired of either renting or being in their current home situation, saying, "Hey, let's
Right?
jump in now and look at these homes." So that means more buyers are getting off the sideline slowly, but they're going to do it. And if rates do drop significantly, and we can define how significant means, but let's say they drop 1% or to 6.3, there's going to be a lot more buyers coming in. And if we only get 15% rise in inventory, that's not going to be enough inventory for buyers. So that's going to push home prices up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think this has been a very productive conversation here in regards to you knowing the market, your listing, um, coming on the market, your open house. Is there is there anything else you want to leave us with in terms of how about this? Uh, what motivation can you give to a seller or buyer in this market? Because it's challenging, right? That's probably a good word to use. That it's challenging. What would
Yeah.
you tell them in this market if somebody's thinking about selling or even buying?
If you're thinking about selling, you have to look for a realtor that's going to continue to market your home well, willing to do open houses, willing to take professional pictures. All those things matter. So if you're thinking about doing that, definitely reach out to a realtor that will take care of you. And if you are a buyer, there's always, I just say, talk to Sam, talk to a loan officer, set up a plan because yes, you might not be ready now, but you'll be ready in 6 months or in a year. But you want to start that plan. So if you're thinking about buying, contact us now. Let's help you set up that plan and see if you're ready now. And if you're not, that's okay. We can help you get ready.
Wow. Well, I think you've left us with some great information, and I think what we need to do next is we need to do another call or another Zoom like this and talk about what marketing a seller's home means and what that looks like for you and what you provide in terms of their house, so that sellers know. And really, the second piece to the marketing is, hey, Amy, I'm going to sell my house. Where do I go from here? I want to buy the next house. What does that look like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I want to move out of state. What does that look like? Because we're in California. We always hear people that want to talk about moving out of state. I think that's a whole different live or video that we can tell with the customers what that is, because
Absolutely.
we need to give them that piece of information. Because sometimes people just don't know. It's like, hey, I want to move out of state. Well, what does that look like? Do
Yeah,
you have connections out of state? I know we're going a little bit longer on this, but do you have connections out of state?
I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So let's just keep going here. If I wanted to move, let's call it, everyone from California says I'm going to move to Texas.
Yeah.
What's your process there? What does that look like?
Well, I've already interviewed a few realtors in Texas. So there's a few people that I already recommend out there. But if you're looking for a specific area, I like to do the interviewing process for you, just because I already know what to look for. And I do have connections in Texas, in Florida, in Northern California, and in all these states, I have connections. But if I don't, I can interview the agents on your behalf, just so that way I can check the boxes and make sure that they would be a good fit, and that I know that they also will be crossing the T's and checking the boxes for everything that I know is required in the process of buying a house.
Wonderful. So you'd still be an advocate for them, even if it's not, even if you're not the listing, the buyer's agent in that state, you'd still be advocating for them, saying, "Hey, okay, that looks good. I've interviewed the guy
Yes.
or gal. Wow, fantastic. Okay, well that's great. Let's do this again. This was wonderful. I'm happy we did this, right? Um,
Yes.
and is there anything else you I did my big face there? Is there anything else? Yeah, I think we're good. Let's sign off. How about that?
Yes. Sounds like a plan.
Okay,
Bye.
I'm gonna end the recording here.
Okay.